and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, June 1st, 2021, episode number 700 of Hard Factor.
We did it.
We made it to 700, guys. Yes, indeed. I'm Will. We got Mark, Pat, Wes, and Bubba is on vacation. Still Memorial Day, long weekend. Hope everybody enjoyed the long weekend like VP told us to do. So,
yeah, I appreciate you guys waiting for me for 700. I know it wasn't because of me, but I appreciate that it worked out that way.
No, it literally was because of you. What do you mean? It wasn't because of you.
Right. No, this is episode 701.
It was 100% because of you.
But no,
I thought
it's
it was just, you guys did the Memorial Day thing.
It was that. Well, yeah, yesterday was episode
still,
number Memorial Day. Oh. Today's episode.
That was a workaround. That was a workaround to get you on to episode 700.
I know. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's episode 702. So
thank you.
You're welcome.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you too, Wes. Did you have a good Memorial Day weekend, Wes?
No, I worked the whole time. It was awful. It's just weddings, so
that's why
soaking up other people's love.
It's so beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, I got a couple of tri-tips marinating. I'm gonna do my first tri-tips on the grill. So
your brisket looked fantastic. I don't know what it looked like inside or what but on the outside.
It was incredible. Well, do you want to know what that was?
Yes.
That was Salt Lick delivery. You can get Salt Lick delivered to your
ordered
home.
Salt Lick.
Motherfucker.
I got it for my birthday.
Well, Wes, we got to go to Salt Lick because Bubba's coming to Austin for the first time. So I mean, we have to go to like taking places.
I had Salt Lick last night at the wedding. They catered.
Delicious. Wow. Always delicious.
But we'll go again. It's the best.
Yeah,
I will go again.
Gotta show Bubba the huge pit. Look at the size of that pit.
It is the best. Pat, how you doing over there? Wait,
Good,
Salt Lick's not the best?
No, it's not.
In my opinion,
not the best overall,
not
but
quality,
it's the best like experience.
I'll tell you what, Leroy and
What's
Lewis,
better?
in my opinion, is the best in Austin. The best outside of Austin, I think, is Mueller in Taylor, Texas. Big fan of Franklin if you can get it, but
Wouldn't Franklin's that technically?
I don't like that you can't get it.
Each place has like a better, like Franklin's has the best brisket, and then like such and such place has the best pork rib, and then such, but I would say Salt Lake is top 5 all around and top 1 experience. Yeah,
great experience. But check out Leroy and Lewis down in the food truck area if you're in Austin. It's fantastic. Texas Monthly named them best barbecue, and they're a Hard Factor fan. So
shout out.
Salt Lick has the best sauce, hands down, in my opinion.
Okay,
Salt Lick.
That's fair.
That Salt Lick barbecue sauce is so fucking good.
Yeah, they sell it in the airport.
Those 2 orange bottles in the box, and it was just like
I like
the
the spicy one.
It was like seeing gold. When you open that box.
Yeah,
well, I don't know that orange, that classic barbecue. Anyways, enough about barbecue. Today's observances. It's the start of Pride Month, where everything turns rainbow colored for a month, and it's funny to watch the corporations like try to fit as many rainbows into the logos as possible. That's the start. June. Also, Atlantic hurricane season starts. Dare Day, Dinosaur Day, Don't Give Up the Ship Day. Not sure what that is. Flip a Coin Day, Global Day of Parents, Heimlich Maneuver Day, International Children's Day, National Go Barefoot Day, National Hazelnut Cake Day, National Nail Polish Day, National Olive Day, National Pen Pal Day, New Year's Resolution Recommitment Day. So if you,
okay, halfway through,
Oscar the Grouch Day, Say Something Nice Day, Stand Up for Children Day, Statehood Day in Kentucky, Statehood Day in Tennessee, Wear a Dress Day, which is also December 1st, and World Milk Day.
World Milk Day, nice.
Look at that list.
Wow, that's a long one. Don't Give Up the Ship Day is about 1813. The USS Chesapeake was like being attacked by British Navy, and I guess the James Lawrence was like the captain, and he stood firm or something like that.
I remember correctly, someone had suggested giving up the ship.
And Lawrence was like, absolutely not.
Said, no fucking way.
Yeah.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Don't give up the ship today, boys. All right.
No.
Anything else? Anything else?
No.
Okay. Let's do the news. Daily Buzz is up first. Honorable mention in the Daily Buzz. On Memorial Day, the Murph workout trended. So RIP Lieutenant Michael Murphy and the other soldiers who died in Afghanistan on June 28th, 2005. Here is the former Navy SEALs workout that people did in memorial of him. It is with the 20-pound weighted vest on, a 1 mile run, 100 pull-ups after that, 200 push-ups after that, 300 squats, then another mile run. So
100 pull-ups.
Yeah.
I had pizza today.
Over the
Right?
course of a
Yeah.
year?
yeah, looking at this workout
Yeah.
makes me sweat.
Looks impossible.
That's
people do it.
ridiculous.
I've seen people at CrossFit gyms do it like pretty handily, but yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. So but yeah, Memorial Day and RIP Lieutenant Michael Murphy, who that workout is named after. Okay, number 5 is a pop culture double. First, Clint Eastwood turned 91, and people were talking about his best all-time films. What's your favorite Eastwood film around the circle? Go.
Searchers.
Acted in or
Searchers.
directed in? Or
No, that's not Eastwood. That's I'm thinking of the wrong guy.
I was gonna say that wasn't
yeah.
in the long list of excellent
No.
films.
No, I'm thinking that was the other guy.
I don't know. You put me
Anybody?
on the spot.
Anybody
Yeah.
with the
yeah. Best movie he's ever acted in. The Good,
either
the
way,
Bad,
I'd
and the
say
Ugly.
probably acting.
No doubt about that.
Unforgiven, $1 Million Baby. I don't
Best
know.
movie directed, probably. I'm a Gran Torino fan. Like Gran Torino, like $1 Million Baby.
Why can't you go Gran Torino for both? Because he's acted in it too.
Because the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly trilogy is better, and as an actor, it's more badass. He's a good director, but he's all old when he starts directing good shit, and it's just not as good acting, if you ask me, because he's so old.
I thought Gran Torino was pretty good. That's probably
Gran
Great.
Torino's
all
awesome.
around.
Directed by him.
Double whammy.
I
Yeah,
got
so
nothing then.
Eastwood. What's Searchers, Wes?
It's it's the wrong
Oh my God.
1956.
You know.
film.
Oh my God.
It's what's
What-
his name?
Searchers.
Fuck, John Wayne. It's a John Wayne film.
You know which one? You know which
Another
one I like
Western
a lot is was it In the Line of Duty or In the Line of Fire? Where is it?
In the Line of
Malkovich
Fire, I
is
think.
Malkovich is the bad guy, and he's got the gun that's like
Plastic Gun.
plastic gun, and he's the Secret Service guy. Eastwood. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good
I
one.
watched that
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's a good
Mark-
movie.
Mark said Unforgiven earlier. Dirty Harry, huge one. Also, The Mule and Escape from Alcatraz.
The Mule was
Yeah,
trash.
notable.
Mule wasn't great. Gran
Ah,
Torino's excellent.
I like Gran Torino way better. Than
Gran
The
Torino's
Mule, and
excellent,
Those
yeah.
are like similar.
Which is the one
styles,
where
I
he
guess.
bangs that like much younger chick, and it's like really awkward because Eastwood's
That's
much.
No, that's
older.
real life.
Yeah, I was about to say
real life.
that's real life.
Yeah.
That's every day, and it's real life.
But
That's
there is a
him.
movie where I get just the shivers when that scene comes on because he's just older and Eastwood doesn't look like a great kisser if
It's
I'm being
just
honest.
every time. Oh no,
Yeah.
those weathered lips.
Well, do you remember when
I feel like
the
they have edges.
No.
the California wildfires were threatening one of the studios last year, and he was screening his film, and everyone was like, "Evacuate!" And he was like, "You pussies,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eastwood
I
never
mean,
left.
finish the screening."
He's a
Man, he
badass,
was
man.
he
9 years
was
old.
90. He was
Doing that
90.
shit.
He wasn't
Yeah.
ready for delays on his film, you know.
Not his first wildfire.
Yeah.
He's not going home. Also in pop culture, Chad Johnson, Ochocinco. He tipped $1,300 on 100 at James Harden's Houston restaurant. 13, and then he challenged on the receipt because he then tweeted it out. James Harden to a game of FIFA, which Harden then accepted via Instagram story. So that was also
awesome.
another feel good. James Harden was obviously the staff at the restaurant was very excited.
That's awesome. I love good tipping stories.
Yeah, but you can't imagine Ochocinco's financially stable at this point. He's probably 8 years removed from the league, and he's a nutshell.
No, Ochocinco seems like the kind of guy who was real early into crypto and made like a ton.
Okay, all right.
Like
Oh, you know which movie we missed?
what?
He directed Mystic River,
Mystic
which is
River.
by far the
Ooh,
best
it's
movie.
real
Yeah, if
fun.
you're going with this
Far
director,
the
yeah.
best directed movie. It's not even close. Mystic River.
Yeah,
Fuck.
if you think Mayor of Easttown's really good, then maybe you
Yeah.
should kick it back and watch the original Mayor of Easttown,
Mystic River.
a good movie.
Ooh.
I think I'm thinking of Bridges in Madison County.
You're not, oh god,
What? Searchers?
No, the kissing scene. Where
you think of that often?
Where it weirded you out?
yeah. It's an interesting scene. It's a very romantic movie. Have you guys seen that one?
Yes. Yes, I have. Yeah. I think he is older than the woman in it.
He's
yeah.
a lot older than her. Yeah, it's Meryl Streep, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not sure. Let's see.
Nice. Number 4, RIP to Lil Loaded. His name is Deshaun Maurice Robertson, aka Lil Loaded. He's from Dallas. He's a rapper. He passed away on Monday at just 20 years old. Here's his picture. Dallas rapper is famous for the songs Block Baby and Gang Unit. And I don't know much about him, but he had been embroiled in a legal battle over a manslaughter charge from 2020. And if his last Instagram story is any indication, it appears he may have taken his own life over the guilt.
Oh, jeez.
That caused him. So very sad for anybody, especially somebody so successful, I guess, to be dead at such a young age.
That is very young.
Yes, R.I.P. Lil Loaded. So, all right, moving on to number 3. NHL and NBA playoffs are rolling on. The Clippers and the Mavs series is getting very close. The Clippers evened it at 2 games. They play again on Wednesday night. And Game 5 of the tied series, 2-2, Blazers and Nuggets, is happening tonight on Tuesday. After we record right now, the Grizzlies and Ja Morant are going to try and even things up with the Jazz. So everything is actually pretty tight in the NBA playoffs besides the Heat.
Oh, in the Western Conference, yes. Not in the Eastern Conference, yeah.
Right, besides the Heat and the Wizards, although the Wizards actually are tied with the 76ers.
And those are 2 different series. The Heat are not playing the Wizards. The Heat,
right, no, but the Heat they got swept.
Yeah.
I'm saying everybody came to play in the NBA playoffs besides the Heat and the Wizards.
Well, I believe the Celtics are down 3-1 too. The Eastern Conference is just a little bit lopsided right now.
Well, but the Nets, I would have thought the Nets would have swept.
Sure.
But
it's still 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 4-0 in the East, like out of those series. Yeah. So.
You guys saw that guy that got caught throwing the bottle at Kyrie.
Yes. At the Celtics fan, and then like before that, the Sixers fan threw popcorn at Westbrook. What are the fans doing?
Yeah. Well, that guy's getting charged. I guess it was like Cole Buckley or something. I saw he's like this like douche in his Celtics jersey. He's getting charged with like assault with like a deadly weapon. They're calling the water bottle like
full?
a deadly. It was pretty full. It'll hurt you. Yeah. It didn't hit him. It didn't hit him, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Deadly weapon. Yeah, I mean, the fans are nuts because of COVID. It's COVID pent up shit. It's just people being pent up. In the NHL, let's see what's going on. Oh my God, the Knights got smashed by the Avalanche in Game 1 of that series.
7-1.
Yeah, so that quarterfinal series was off with a bang. The Avs look like, they're going to handle them. The Knights are going to have to come back. Like, how do you come back from that?
You're done mentally. They might take a game or two, but like they're mentally broken.
Also, Reeves, their enforcer, is going to be suspended as well for roughing.
Jesus, I saw. Haven't the Avalanche won like their last 5 playoff games? All this season, but their last 5 games by over 3 goals.
They're so streaky.
They're crushing right now.
They are crushing. They're so streaky, but they are crushing right now. And they're so talented that if they continue to crush the playoffs, it could easily just be them. The Bruins are also trying to go up 2-0 on the Islanders. They're up right now as we record. And the Canadiens are up on the Maple Leafs in Game 7 of that series. So that's a clincher as we record right now.
Maple Leafs every year. They're doing this every
year. They choke so bad. Yeah.
It's got to be tough to be a fan.
Yes, it must be. Also, in the French Open, they played the first night match, and Serena Williams was able to play in it, and she won. So,
did you see Osaka? I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name.
She withdrew.
Osaka,
yeah, she withdrew because she doesn't want to do press conferences anymore, and so instead of doing the Marshawn Lynch thing where she just shows up and says, "I'm only here because I'm obligated to," no comment. She's just refusing to do them, and then she just withdrew because like the tennis organization was like, "You have to do them, or we're going to fine you." And so she's like, I'm not doing well mentally, and I'm just withdrawing until further notice. So that's kind of sad.
Huh. Yeah. I mean, if she's not doing okay, mentally, I understand that. But if it's just like she's being like a fucking, prima donna, doesn't want to do it. That's how this organization exists. Is you talk to the media
in every league, in every league. That's why a lot of the players, when they get upset, they're just like, "Are we done? No comment. I'm not going to answer your questions. Can you relieve me of my duties?" Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Just go out there and show them that you don't want to talk, and they'll let you go.
Surly. You be surly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. There it is, Pat.
No fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Number 2, the Tulsa Massacre was trending. The 100th anniversary of the Tulsa Massacre of Black Wall Street was on Monday. It was a horrific event in American history where the Greenwood district of Tulsa, Oklahoma, was burned to the ground by a racist mob. Greenwood had become known as Black Wall Street because of like the booming business ventures going on in that segregated part of town in Tulsa. So on May 31st, 1921, a bunch of dickheads who were riled up by a falsified news report about a black man assaulting a white girl in an elevator. It was just like way pumped up in the news more than really what happened. People were riled up by that happening in the white part of town in Tulsa. So they burned down over 1,000 buildings in the Greenwood district and killed as many as 300 people or more, depending on like unmarked graves and stuff. Residents of Greenwood in the process. Just a horrible,
terrible
racist massacre.
I think it was 2 days, Will, too. I think it bled into June 1st, 1921 as well. As a 2-day massacre.
Okay. Well,
it's
a lot of deaths.
They got on their planes and they dropped bombs from their planes on the neighborhood.
Yeah, and they killed the people fleeing. It was not good at all.
A bad scene. They're literally just trying to burn down the entire neighborhood and I guess destroy everybody in it. The massacre was actively covered up by the state of Oklahoma until the year 2000, when they began including it in Oklahoma's public school history curriculum. So better late than never. History's there to learn from, but that is some terrible fucking history.
That is some terrible fucking history.
Yes. Okay. Not good at all. Let's learn from it. And number 1, Wes's arch nemesis, Steven Seagal. He's getting involved deeper and deeper with his pals in Russia. He's already a dual citizen. You know that he's Russian and American, according to the books. But now Seagal is an official party member of the pro-Putin. This is the name of the political party, a Just Russia Patriots for Truth party.
But that's a Just Russia, not a Just Russia, right?
Yeah,
like
not
a space just
JU.
Because you don't change Russia. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, it could only be more perfect if they just were more behind Putin. I think is what they're Patriots for Truth.
I heard him like talking about the environment and stuff too, like trying to be like a good guy. While he's got 17-year-olds in his basement.
Correct, Mark. His welcome ceremony was held on Saturday night. And while he can't run for office because he is a dual American citizen, he's trying to crack down on pollution, like you said, Mark. So he's created a model bill that is intended to be shared with the Russian government for them to consider. It's called the Steven Seagal law, where Russia would threaten prison and not just monetary fines for companies who are found to be harming the environment with hazardous waste. So
something tells me they're going to be arresting a lot of cute Russian girls.
Right. Oh, no. These girls wasted again.
Look at them
put them in Seagal's jail.
Look at them polluting.
Yeah. They won't even give him that respect. They're just gonna, kidnap him with they just kidnap him. That's what Seagal does. Yeah.
Yep.
Our environment's
allegedly.
Yeah, sure. Allegedly.
Dude, Seagal,
you're gonna have to make an executive decision here.
Yeah.
He's not only doing this for he's not only joining a political party, making laws for them to consider. He also visited Nicolas Maduro, the leader of Venezuela, contested leader of Venezuela on behalf of Russia last month. So he's just like a full-on Russian agent now.
Yeah, he goes places where he knows he won't be extradited to the U.S. for his fucking crimes that are absolutely coming against him.
Oh, right, for all the young girls.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean Steven Seagal, he's still moving the needle, and that's the buzz.
Okay,
nice,
very good. That was a good buzz.
Buzz.
Outside of the very sad Tulsa massacre, that one's not good.
No,
not
but
good.
that buzz was brought to you today by something that makes me feel like Steven Seagal in his prime, Under Siege Steven Seagal. Whenever I take it. And that's True Niagen. I used to need coffee to get me through the day. Not so much anymore with True Niagen. True Niagen fuels the body's energy engines, maintains cellular metabolism, and even supports heart health. I have more energy, and I don't need as many extra cups of coffee since I started taking it every day. With 11 published human clinical studies and backed by Nobel Prize winners, True Niagen is a supplement that's clinically proven to boost NAD levels. You need those high NAD levels, an essential coenzyme required for cellular energy and repair. Since taking True Niagen, I have more resiliency. It peps me up, helps my muscles recover. And after a long day of holding the baby, gives me the extra stamina I need right now and more vitality to help your life every day. with True Niagen right now. New customers can get 10% off their first purchase by going to TrueNiagen.com/factor. Use code FACTOR. That's true. That's TrueNiagen.com/factor. Code FACTOR to save 10% on your first purchase. TrueNiagen.com/factor. Code FACTOR. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got the bottle for the
YouTube.com/factor.
Mm.
There it is. Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan "Press on" has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. Do you know who said that?
It's on the tip of my tongue.
That's a Doogie
It's a
Howser.
famous quote.
It is. I had it on my my dad gave me that quote when I was young.
Calvin Coolidge?
Calvin Coolidge nailed it. Well, the 30th U.S. president. And do you know who was a big Coolidge fan, or at least a believer in persistence?
Oddly enough, Hitler, I think.
Sure, probably. Jennifer Dorit Weber, who refused to stop masturbating completely naked in the backseat of a Chevrolet Silverado for over an hour, even when the police were asking her to.
And
Wouldn't
still,
do it.
she persisted.
She wasn't ready to leave the car, which was also not her car. The 35-year-old that looks a few years older than 35.
Oh, man.
Yikes. She was seen walking around and jumping in and out of vehicles naked in a used car lot in Mankato, Minnesota. And several people called the cops on her. Some described her as looking happy. All described her as being under the influence, but none said she was going to town on herself, which was a surprise to the officers, who walked up at first to the gold Pontiac SUV they were tipped off she was in. They saw the driver's side open on that car, and the car was running, but no one was in it. And then another officer said, "Hey, I see feet dangling from that nearby Chevrolet Silverado on the driver's side passenger door." And they walked over and found Weber laying on her back on the second row of seats, completely naked with her hand inside herself, talking to people that weren't there.
Oh, that's going to mess with the new car smell.
Yeah, it's a used car a lot of things.
Just in the legroom.
Yeah, she was. They said she was making nonsensical noises directed at invisible people. They did find a spoon with meth residue on it nearby and assumed it was probably hers. Weber yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna have like a drugged out freak out, I'd rather it be masturbation than like a violent thing. You know,
Victimless crime.
Yeah.
Well, who says it wasn't violent? Will?
Well, it was.
self.
It sounded pretty violent,
but
I'm kind of
pounding away.
Yeah.
I'm kind of mad I missed my window of like a nice, like methed out masturbation just session. That sounds fabulous.
On that note, Wes, did they talk about this in rehab? Because I heard about this recently. Well, apparently, when you're recovering from heroin, one of the symptoms of withdrawing from heroin for a long period of time is like frequent or constant orgasm, like perpetual orgasm. Like anytime, anything touches your dong, you just jizz in your pants. I swear to God,
I did not hear that, and I'm sure I would have heard it if it was true.
Yeah, there's just guys in your circle like trying to talk and they're just having orgasms.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. I definitely would have heard about that.
Go past, go without me. Weber proceeded to continue.
Wouldn't people like love that though?
Yes.
No, well,
another reason to get into heroin.
The heroin addict I heard talking about it was like, but not in the good way, because like he was, I guess, withdrawing while he was in jail, and he's like, everything's touching your dong in jail, and you don't want to be like, just
okay. Yeah. I think he might have just had a condition. I don't think that's.
I'm Googling it now.
Okay. Weber, the woman, proceeded to continue to masturbate the entire hour the cops were trying to get her out of the car. And she told the officers she thought she was in a different city when they asked her where she was, and that she said she was there to please the boys.
So she was trying to get the cops to get in the car with her.
She didn't know what was going on, but she was there to please the boys. Yeah. I mean, I don't think she would have minded it. Will. The Silverado was not owned by the business, the car sales lot. So police contacted
a random person Silverado.
She was in a bunch of cars. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was in a bunch of random cars. She was just hopping car to car. None of them were hers. But so police contacted the owner and asked him if he had given permission to Weber to masturbate loudly in the car. And he said no. No, he hadn't. He didn't know who she was apparently. So now he's going to go.
He said, said she could masturbate quietly.
Exactly.
Why did that matter? Can you
that
give
was the deal we had?
No, it's a joke. He just didn't know who she was. Like
yeah.
she was just masturbating in a car, and he was like, "No, I don't know who she is."
He's not like, legally, what if legally you could just be like, "Hey, this person is allowed to masturbate"?
I give him a permission officer. Yeah, in public. He's gonna have to get that car detailed though, probably at this point. Go ahead and spend the extra a couple hundred, get it detailed.
She's gonna owe him. Well,
I don't think she has much money. Weber was first brought to a detox facility, and then I don't think she has so much. Look at her. And then she was brought to jail in Blue Earth County, where she was recently released but booked on charges of indecent exposure, narcotics, possession, DWI, and entering a vehicle without the owner's permission. So,
man, I'm kind of pissed because I just Googled it, and every article that talks about chronic orgasm from heroin withdrawal references this one guy whose video I saw talking about chronic orgasm.
This one there.
Yeah, this one guy was like on crack.com. He was talking about it.
So he convinced you and a bunch of periodicals.
Like 6 websites that are like, yep, chronic orgasm, according to this one guy.
Here he is.
That's a great thing to come up with, though.
Small sample size. Yeah.
Good for him.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
All right, guys, let's take it over to the international TikTok moment. Today we got some extreme hoarding in Australia, almost too fine of art in Italy, which Mark is going to love, and Mexico, where you do not want to be a cop right now. First up, Sydney, Australia, where one man is taking the term extreme hoarding to new heights, and frankly is taking the word insane to new heights. Guys, this, let me just pull up the picture, is this is Shane Snellman. About 15 years ago,
Snellman.
Yeah. About 15 years ago, he made the mistake of trying to break into Bruce Roberts' home, who is described by his family as, quote, a loner and socially awkward. And that was the last mistake Shane ever made. It was also the last time anyone saw Shane up until recently, when his mummified body was found amongst the heaps of trash and hordes of junk in Bruce's home. Because when Bruce killed the intruder, his hoarding mind kicked into high gear, and he couldn't even throw a human body away or give it to the cops. He hoarded it.
Oh,
yeah.
How did he hide it?
For 15 years, Bruce lived with the rotting corpse inside his house, and in order to deal with the smell of the body, which is perhaps the worst smell on planet Earth besides Pat's farts after a Coke bender, authorities discovered 70 bottles of various air fresheners surrounding the body. So this guy was just Febrezing the shit out of the corpse in order to live with it. It was found because Bruce died.
What a great endorsement for Febreze. Good enough to get rid of dead body smell.
I tell you what, if it's worse than what Wes said, that's not going to do the trick.
No, it's not.
No, from personal.
No, you got to clog up the nose.
Snellman, more like Smellman.
Yeah.
Smell, man. I mean, you got to admit, for a hoarder, it's actually pretty healthy to hoard one thing. He only had one of it, and that's
one dead body that you murdered.
Dead body one. When you're going through, when you're cleaning the house out, you're coming up with a list. He has one of that. You're like, hey, it's pretty impressive.
But Pat, it led to a new hoarding of air fresheners, which he had 7.
You're right. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's a vicious cycle.
One begets another.
Yeah. Just a scene. Moving on to Italy and the crazy world of art collecting, where one sculptor just sold one of his pieces for a nice payday of 13,000 euros, or almost $16,000. Nice. It must be some sculpture, right? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this beautiful piece. There it is. You guys see it, right?
In the middle, right there.
The thing in the middle.
It's inside the box. It's inside the display box. You guys see it, right?
Nah, it looks like light.
Oh. Okay. Well, wait. Hang on.
Here's another.
Here's another one. Here's a picture of the artist Salvatore Garu posing with his piece. You guys see it now, right?
Marble wall.
It's a marble wall. It's like a canvas. It's like a painting.
No, you can't see it because it doesn't exist. It's an invisible sculpture, aka it's not real.
He sold an invisible sculpture.
Come on. It was an NFT?
And it wasn't even an NFT, Pat. It just doesn't exist. The artist insists that the buyer of his work, called I Am, must be kept in a private residence with a 5-foot by 5-foot space with nothing around it. And also they need to safely store the sculpture certificate of authenticity, because that's the only thing that really exists here in order to prove that you are the moron that burned the money on this scam.
Who is the moron that burned the money on this?
They didn't say.
They would like to remain anonymous.
Yeah, they would.
This guy is making him put it in a specific specific size of the house he's into.
You have to rope it off.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I would. Yeah.
Great night it was for the artist. And
someone's gonna kill this artist if he keeps pulling this shit.
Hey, people are buying it. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, I would pay top dollar to watch Mark have a lunch with this con artist who says the immaterial sculpture, quote, the successful outcome of the auction testifies to an irrefutable fact. The void is nothing but a space full of energy. And even if we empty it and nothing remains, according to Heisenberg's uncertainty principle that nothingness has a weight, it therefore has energy that condenses and transforms itself into particles, in short, in us. So he sold this guy energy, is what he's saying.
Yeah, anyone can sell that.
Right. Yep. So it just, I mean, good for him, right? I guess. But
this guy whoever bought it does not have a wife. I'll tell you that much.
Well, right. No, this guy is a con man. I mean, whoever bought it is just a sucker.
I want to hear what he said to the person that bought it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Your life will never be the same.
He
probably was telling him it's going to
feel it?
be a game changer. Yeah.
Do you feel it over here? No, it's over here. He like waits. Yeah.
Something else.
That guy.
And finally to Mexico, where we have covered in detail how dangerous some parts of that country are for politicians. Last I saw, almost 100 politicians running for office have been murdered like just this year. The cartels are just the real showrunners down there, and they are out to prove that even more with this latest news. Apparently the Jalisco cartel kidnapped some members of an elite cartel police force down there. They tortured them, and then they forced them to give the names and addresses of other members of and now they're just killing these members in their homes in front of their families. Yeah, here's a picture. So that SIDO, I guess, means Assistant Attorney General's Office of Special Investigations on Organized Crime. So basically what happens is apparently President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador has a no violence and no war with the cartel policy. It's his hugs, not bullets campaign. He even like released one cartel member to avoid war.
His invisible painting campaign.
He's just it's the I'm scared of a cartel campaign. But the cartel says that shadow police forces are not adhering to that policy, and they have been treated unfairly. So now it's open season on the police. They hung a banner.
Always open season on the police from the cartel.
Even more so now. They
need Grady Judd down there in Mexico.
Oh my God, I don't know. I don't want to speak. I don't want Grady Judd to go down there. He'd be in trouble. A banner hung from a building in Guanajuato read, "If you want war, you'll get a war. We have already shown you we know where you are. We are coming for all of you. Each member of our firm, CJNG, which is the cartel's initials in Spanish, that you arrest, we are going to kill 2 of your tacticals wherever they are, at their homes, in their patrol vehicles." So
2 per arrest.
2 per arrest. Yeah. And this
I'm
is
not saying Grady. I don't want him to get his hands dirty. I want him to consult.
That's good.
Yeah, I want Grady
Zoom meetings
to game plan how they're going to get around this, because I think he could figure it out.
Mexico's awesome. Mexican people are awesome.
Yes.
The cartels just own they're even
so
sometimes
powerful.
the military. It sucks. Like the police really don't. They're not power. They don't have enough arms, like weapons. They don't, like, it's just not good, right? Like,
no, they give a lot of people down there money,
right,
and a way to survive,
right.
And that's how they get their power. That's like Pablo Escobar. He was like a cartel leader of the people, So the CJNG is hunting elite police forces, and these guys are just leaving. They're deserting their homes. They're running because they don't want to be next.
Right.
From 2018 to May 12th of this year, 262 cops have been killed. That's an average of 75 a year. And it's more than just any other country. This rarely happens in other countries at all, where these police officers are just, systematically fucking killed by, organized crime. So
that's horrible. 275 this year.
262 in 2 years, or 3 years.
That's still insane.
It's insane. Yeah. So that's the international TikTok moment. And that was brought to you by Helix Sleep. Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes just 2 minutes to complete and matches your body type and sleep preference to the perfect mattress for you. Why would you buy a mattress made for someone else? With Helix, you're getting a mattress that will be perfect for the way you sleep. Everybody's unique, and Helix knows that. So they have several different mattresses models to choose from. They have soft, medium, firm. Mattress is great for cooling you down if you sleep hot, and even a Helix Mattress Plus for plus-size sleepers like us. I took the quiz. I was matched with the Midnight Lux because I wanted something that felt soft, and I like to sleep in the lap of luxury every night. Honestly, best mattress I've ever owned. I fall asleep much faster. I stay cool at night, and I find a comfortable sleep position pretty much instantly. So it's just amazing. If you're looking for a mattress, take the quiz, order the mattress that you've matched to, and the mattress comes right to you, your door, shipped for free. You don't need to go out to a mattress store and deal with that bullshit again. Helix is awesome, but you don't need to take my word for it. Helix was awarded #1 best overall mattress pick 2020 by GQ and Wired magazine. That's some high praise. So go to helix.com/hardfactor, take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. They have a 10-year warranty. Try it out for 100 nights, risk-free. They'll even pick it up if you don't love it, but you will. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattresses orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/factor. That's Helix with an X, HELAX, sleep.com/hardfactor for up to $200 off and 2 free pillows.
Oh,
that
Code
TikTok was
Hardfactor.
that TikTok was brought to you by Helix Sleep. I recommend to the Mexican elite forces when they find their new home they're fleeing to, they get a Helix mattress.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, don't be afraid of those the mattresses that come in a box like Helix. They're awesome. They're next level. If you don't have one, you should get one. Real quick, guys, shopping for your dad is terrible. Usually, like he shows interest in one thing over the course of however long you've been alive, and then for the rest of his life,
and then buys it himself.
Everyone buys him something related to that. Like your dad has back pain, and all of a sudden he's just hit with like back pain gadgets from Sharper Image forever because you don't know what the hell to buy a guy. Well, we've got a solution for you. You should buy something, specifically the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 ball trimmer. Get it for your dad. Father's Day is around the corner. Don't be an a-hole. Get it now. Bam, solved. You should just do it right now, because if you don't do it now, you're going to forget. And you're not going to get your dad a Father's Day gift, and he's going to resent you. And you came from his balls. That's kind of disrespectful, if you ask
Or you'll
me.
get him a worse gift, and then he'll be like, "Why didn't you get me the lawnmower from Manscaped?"
Exactly. So make your dad proud this year. Get him the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. Guys, you can get it with 20% off and free shipping if you use the code HARDFACTOR when you go to manscaped.com. HARDFACTOR, one word. Manscaped's the only men's brand dedicated to below-the-waist grooming, and they just launched their Lawnmower 4.0. Because this thing is like waterproof. Your dad can cut his balls in the shower if he wants. It's also going to
never cut his balls, but his ball hairs.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You can trim his balls. Yeah, it won't cut his balls.
Never.
Trim the hairs on his balls.
Doesn't matter how saggy.
Wherever he wants. This thing goes low. It's got a 400K LED spotlight, so he'll make sure to, shape it up with care. Anyway, guys, just get it done. Get your dad a ball trimmer from Manscaped.
And get yourself one too, because they're fucking awesome.
They are awesome. They also have the Weed Whacker
trimmers.
nose and ear hair trimmer, which if you're a dude and you're sitting there like, why doesn't it work out with me and the ladies? Well, step 1, take care of your nose and your ear hair. Something that we all forget to do as dudes, and there's really no excuse for it. So why don't you go over to manscaped.com, check out their product line, order the Lawnmower 4.0 for yourself and dad. Use the promo code HARDFACTOR, get 20% off and free shipping. That's pretty amazing. All right, guys, let's get into it.
Hey, Pat, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The Canadians are up 2-0 now.
That's wonderful. I love that.
The Maple Leafs are up 3-1 in the series. For all those
Not a
Leafs
surprise for the Leafs fans. It happened again.
Yeah. Guys, a former FBI agent in Dallas has been indicted on a whole rack of charges, including 7 counts of wire fraud, 1 count of wire fraud conspiracy, 1 count of impersonating a federal officer, 1 count of engaging in monetary transactions in property derived from unlawful activity, and 1 count of giving false statements to law enforcement. Dang. Does anyone want to guess what this guy did?
Something bad. That's a lot of charges.
No, it's fucking bad. It's a ton of charges. Whole rack, I said.
He was.
When you said he was FBI.
Well, yeah, he was once.
Oh. What did he do at the after?
If you guess that he bilked $800,000 out of a lady over the course of 3.5 years by convincing her that she was on secret probation for drug crimes and that she needed to pay him and one of his accomplices for their work mentoring her and supervising her, you win the prize. And
almost had it.
Yeah, you almost said, I know. That's why I cut in, because I didn't want you to get it.
You know what this is? Yeah, we were right on the trail, very close. You know what this is? This is like when you get those like bullshit voicemails where it's like, action will be taken against you if you do not return the call immediately. And
right. I feel like foreign scammers have no idea how bad our social security system is in trouble, because when they're ever like, we've shut down your social security number, I start laughing. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna get it anyway.
Yeah,
it's real scary. I'll make sure to call you right back. Oh, guys, by the way, part of the double secret probation that this former FBI agent put this lady on was that she couldn't tell anyone about it. Right. Hence the secret part, you see.
That's rule number 1.
Exactly. Want you guys to meet 62-year-old William Roy Stone Jr. of the FBI, or formerly thereof. Bill Stone.
Roy Stone Jr.
goes by Billy Stone.
2 rules. Don't tell anyone and give me money.
Give me all the fucking money. So he was in the FBI.
That's how scams work, though.
Yep.
Yeah, he was in the FBI, I guess, once. Here, now I got the picture. Is
it this guy?
No, it's not that guy. No, it's this gentleman.
That guy.
That guy.
Does he look like a former FBI agent, or
he
what?
looks like Bill Romanowski and Jerry Jones had a kid together, and that kid is now 62 years old.
Is scamming people.
Yeah, scamming the shit out of everybody.
I guess Bill Stone Jr. Ain't that good at math, because he retired from the Dallas office of the FBI back in 2015, and about a month later started his scam. I feel like usually when you retire from law enforcement, assumably after a long career, you like wait a little bit before you run out of money or realize that you're screwed. But not Bill Stone Jr. He allegedly told the victim that that a fictitious judge named Judge Anderson, that's right, Anderson, had been appointed to her case, and that part of the conditions of her probation was that she had to report her activities as well as a list of her assets. And that she was obligated to cover any and all expenses that he and his buddy incurred while mentoring.
Judge Anderson's tough, but I know him pretty good.
No, Anderson's really beating me up on this one. I'm going to go back to Austin to meet up with Anderson. That's going to be expensive. The Kalachi hut on the way, and gas these days.
You got to meet up at the bar to game plan for Anderson again.
I said Anderson likes to hear that you're staying at real nice hotels. He doesn't like it when you show up after a night in a motel. So we gotta really keep up the image here for Anderson.
Yeah, this poor lady. He told her that he had the ability to monitor her cell phone communications, and he got a buddy of his to leave messages on the machine claiming to be the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration Intelligence Center, and to corroborate that she was on secret probation, couldn't tell anyone.
He tortured her. Just running like a low-level scam, though.
Yeah, way worse than the money he stole from her. He tortured the shit out of her.
How old is this woman?
So it doesn't really say. It doesn't say much about her other than her name is CT. Now, this just came out, so there's a lot more going to come out of this. Stone is denying all charges, saying, I don't know what you're talking about.
Not Billy Stone.
Not Bill Stone Jr., formerly the FBI, Dallas office. Because the press release doesn't exactly say how the lady got wise, that this was all bullshit, but my guess is that it was around the time that Bill Stone Jr. proposed to marry her, claiming that he would then seek discharge of her probation if she married him after they consummated the marriage.
Anderson wants me to marry you.
Yeah. Look,
this judge, he said it had to happen.
Things are getting pretty complicated. I know that I already took $800,000 off you, bought a Mercedes and a Toyota Tacoma and a house, but I'm thinking we could just put all this to bed if you married me.
Wow. What a scumbag.
I gotta look at. There's no picture of this lady. I gotta get it.
No. Her name was on purpose.
If you have
completely trickable is what it stands for.
Right. If you have access to the kind of data,
her name's Tina. Come on, Tina.
I mean, this guy it's probably so easy to find. Like, if you're a con man and you had that kind of like clearance, it'd be so easy to find targets.
Right. Actually, it's funny you said that. Well, in the comment section, which we're about to take it to the internet real quick. A couple people said that, like, if this was a month after he retired, you should look very closely at
well,
what
it's like why that
handling.
California cop could be such a good serial killer, right? Or never get caught. Like people don't suspect you have access to all the other side of everything. So it's like it's such
or that guy
in
Fairfax County that they have to look at all his cases again. Remember?
Oh yeah, the guy's in Florida now.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, I guess he this a-hole I don't know. I guess the woman was selling drugs in some way, shape, or form at some point.
But it's
okay. So she did have something
to extort, though.
But she was extorted. I mean, I think the charges were done. He made her make a payment of restitution for a company that she had wronged at some point.
It wasn't his first extortion.
No. Billy Stone has played this game.
Yeah.
So Bill Stone Jr., FBI, is facing 178 years if convicted on all charges. Let's take it to the internet real quick. A lot of years, man. Yeah. It's a lot of years, man. Is this the right one? Okay, let's take it to the internet real quick. Men Talk, the Mind Taker, says, anyone who can't pick up on the absurdity of the line secret probation deserves to have a giant crap taken on them. Hello, Animal House, anybody?
Well, she did get a giant crap taken on her.
She did, yeah. And I don't like this part. And she's from Texas, too. And honestly, Texas, go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourself, Men Talk, Mind Taker.
Dick.
Yeah, Men Talk is a dick.
Roman Cadillac says, CT, she must have done something really bad. When I was on secret probation, all I had to do was send my agent my wife's underwear, for drug screening.
That was funny. Nice job, Roman Cadillac. All right, we got one last one for you. After watching Iowa fall on their faces this last election season, everyone knew it was time for another state to step up and take over the duties of being the first state to vote for presidential primaries from Iowa, right? And that state appears to be Nevada. Nevada's state senate passed a bill on Monday 15-6 that, if passed by the governor, would change Nevada's contest from a caucus to a primary and move that primary to before Iowa's never-ending caucuses.
Oh, good.
Yeah. But that's not what I want to talk to you about for the last story.
Okay.
I want to talk to you about 60-year-old former Southwest Airlines pilot Michael Haak, who received a 1-year probation sentence last week for pleading guilty to committing a lewd, indecent, or obscene act during a flight he was piloting last summer. And that act was getting completely naked and masturbating. Another one.
This is a Southwest pilot?
Yes. Haak was the second naked masturbation story from me today. Haak was captaining a Southwest Airlines plane flying from Philadelphia to Orlando on August 10th, 2020. When he reached cruising altitude, he flipped on autopilot, took off his clothes, and started watching porn on his laptop while remaining in the cockpit, although not in the captain's seat.
Well, I mean, who's going to walk in on you?
There's two people in there.
No one was walking in on him, Will, but during this time, he, quote, engaged in
there's an alpha and a beta, Wes.
he engaged in inappropriate behavior with the female first officer who he had never worked with before.
Oh, shit.
Hey, want to give me a hand? She ignored him and continued her flight duties in the cockpit.
This guy would crack the door. And he'd be like, hey, you want to get in here?
Hey,
she was in there. Well, she was in there the whole time. Lady. I don't think you're getting it. She was in the cockpit with him. He just got up and started masturbating in front of her.
Two pilots in there.
Yeah.
They ever tell you why they call it a cockpit?
Haak will need to pay a $5,000 fine, but will not need to register as a sex offender. He offered no excuses on his guilty plea. He just wanted to jerk off at 40,000 feet in front of his hot female first officer. There he is, looking not too sad about what he did. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor.
She didn't press charges?
His big pilot's watch just going up and down.
Because I'm sure it's worth it.
Eyes ahead, rookie. Yeah. I mean, he got off pretty easy, I guess.
Yeah, he did.
A year probation and a $5,000 fine.
I'm gonna land
real easy.
I'm gonna land.
That guy's definitely glad he did it.
Looks like the landing gear went up into my stomach.
And he'd do it again. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Thank you so much, as always, for listening. The Patreon, it's growing. The Discord is growing, like Haak in a cockpit in it. And we really appreciate that. If you guys keep it going, the community is amazing. We're going to do trivia again this month, right, Pat? I assume.
Yeah, I'll get the we'll schedule it out. I'll get the date. Get the date this week.
We'll do another happy hour trivia later this month. Wes is going to do 2 half pack with Wes this month because he missed the deadline of May, so he's going to do 2 in June, 1 in early June, 1 in the end of June. We got the medal. Yeah, you have to do 1 a month. You missed May. You got to do. So okay. you owe us May.
I'm joining the trivia this month.
Okay. Well, then
wait, are you backing out a half pack with Wes?
No, I'm
that's
not.
what I'm hearing.
No,
What a sad ending. What a sad ending to the show.
What
What
you guys are
is it
putting
like
words
to
in my mouth, you
People
fucking
just
idiots.
Want you. What is it like? What is it like to have fans clamoring?
I told you guys earlier on the fucking Hive Hour I was going to record it tomorrow. So where's the confusion?
So that's the only one you're ever going to do?
It depends on how it goes. Okay. I don't know. We might only do one fucking treasure hunting.
I wasn't on the
episode.
Hive. I'm glad you're doing one tomorrow. I spoke out of turn. I didn't know you were already recording.
I thought it was assumed that since you owed us for May, that would count as May's tomorrow, and that you still would do one. In June.
I didn't know I owed you guys, but
it's anything. You owe the patrons. You owe the patrons that have been.
Yes, we owe them a lot of. Yes, we owe them the treasure hunting show. We owe them.
You take us out here, Wes. What else are you gonna do for them?
You're the one that brought it up, not me.
Okay, all right. Well,
this is your ride.
Okay, so you're never gonna get half a pack with Wes. You're gonna get a metal detecting show, and you're gonna get the trivia. And the Discord is open to everyone, which Wes is at a level 1, I think, on the rankings. Wes is at like a level 1 in the rankings because he's never in there, so you won't get to see him in the Discord either.
Well, I do other stuff like the fucking merch website and shit like that.
Anyways,
but eventually you will get a half pack with Wes on there.
When you get Wes, it's glorious. So that's the important part. And most importantly, have a great fucking day, I guess.
Yeah. You guys think they're really excited about this, or I don't know?
Yes. So, Wes.
I sense the contentiousness here.
What? Just do the fucking show.
Okay.
All right. Well, goodbye.